Over the past 5 videos, I have looked at a range of different factors that can affect talent development in a young athlete. For this concluding video, I will briefly go over each one and how some link with each other more than others. The first video I spoke about was what is talent. I found that talent is a rare and valuable resource for society, and a great deal of potentially valuable human talent is wasted in every generation. This stems essentially from a lack of understanding and knowledge about the nature of talent and a failure to grasp what makes people motivated enough to develop talent. This is a central concern to coaches, and from doing research I found that Duren Bush and Semela 2002 drew upon a list of properties associated with talent, which I spoke about in the video. One of them being that talent originates in genetically transmitted structures, and because of this, it is at least partly innate, and from the research I have found, this would seem correct. For the second factor of talent development, I spoke about whether the place of birth affects your talent from a young age. McDonald and colleagues 2009 suggested that the birthplace effect is powerful and systematic and plays a significant role in sport expertise. An example of this at elite level is not a single player from England's Women's World Cup squad in 2019 was born in London, as the majority of the squad were from the northern half of the country. In this video, I found that Olympic athletes were less likely to come from small and very large communities. According to McDonald et al. 2009, the opportunities afforded to the development of expertise and playing standards between smaller and larger cities differ. Smaller cities and towns are being reported to provide unique advantages in terms of talent development environments, expertise development and opportunities such as access to elite clubs. Bale 2003 goes on to say that psychosocially, small communities may allow for greater integrative approaches to sport participation that engage family units, foster coach-athlete relationships, promote positive social norms and promote the culture of greater pride in sport teams. I then moved on to the relative age effect, as I was interested in whether an early birth increases the athlete's physical ability. In the video, I found that more mature football players were faster than their so-called less mature peers due to a biological advantage such as being less physically developed. So it appeared that the relative age effect puts the athlete at a disadvantage. However, to help talent development, biobanding comes into place as it matches athletes on physical attributes and maturity rather than chronological age. For example, putting an under-12s player into the under-13s. The reason behind biobanding is to create an environment where both early and late maturing athletes can thrive and maximise their development as they're put against similar abilities. From doing this video, I found that factors such as social, psychological and physical development are fundamental to development overall to children and adolescents. Despite this, there are issues surrounding biobanding as it places athletes into groups based on physical characteristics, but does not take in consideration the psychological and technical skills of the athletes, and this needs to be looked into. Touching on psychology in video 3, for video 4 I want to explore the psychological factors in talent development and whether talent needs trauma. There is considerable evidence that says psychological factors are vital to achieve elite performance. In the video I spoke about how Orlick and Partington 1998 identified psychological success factors such as high level of commitment, imagery and focus. Gould and colleagues 2002 backs this up, as they found that successful Olympic athletes were more committed, focused and engaged in more mental preparation than the less successful performers. However, despite all this evidence, psychological characteristics are consistently being overlooked in talent identification and development. In the video I mentioned PCDEs, which include the trait of characteristics of the tendency to and the ability to win, and these have been shown to play a crucial role in the realisation of potential. The findings I got from whether talent needed trauma is that high-level performers go through influential low points, and these lows often represents a turning point or refocusing. I then touched on the heavyweight boxer Anthony Joshua, who suffered trauma when losing to Andrew Ruiz. For my final video, I spoke about the impact of siblings on talent development. The sibling relationship is one of the most persuasive and longest lasts across a person's lifespan. I found that having more siblings means you are more likely to get involved in sports in the first place and spend longer engaged in an activity or sport, as you will be able to play with them or against them. This links with biobanding and the psychological state of the young athlete, as if the athlete has an older brother, for example, who is taller and physically better than the athlete, is more likely to develop more technical skills, as they will have to adapt, but will also develop psychological characteristics, as they will more than likely lose against the older brother. This could help them deal with trauma from an early age and help in talent development. Now, there are questions to be asked about the 5 different factors that I have spoken about that affect talent development. I believe there is more than enough evidence to suggest that these factors can be successful in talent development if they are managed and used effectively in modern sport environments, as the academic literature suggests. However, there may be a need for more research to be undertaken to get a better understanding of talent development. But after watching these videos, I hope you now have an opinion of your own.